Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. In this video we will be looking at another suggested question for question 3 from the coverage of grade 11. So we have a piecewise function and we have another function g of t. It says the temperature of a room in degrees Fahrenheit on a certain day is modeled by the function f defined above, where g is differentiable function. This is important. G is what? Differentiable function, and t is measured in hours. Values of g of t at selected values of t are given in the table. Part A, according to the model, what is the average rate of change of the temperature? This is simple. Average rate of change over the interval from 0 to 12. So part A, as simple as that, we say what? We say that what's the average rate of change for which function? For f. So we say f of 12, right, minus f of 0 over 12 minus 0. So f of 12 from the table it's 65, f of 0 is 87 over 12 minus 0, and that would be just 1 second, negative 11 over 6. Negative 11 over 6 degrees Fahrenheit per, what's the unit for time? It's hours. Negative 11 over 6, right? Okay, this is part A. Part B says use the data in the table to approximate f prime of 12, the instantaneous rate of change in the temperature of the room in degrees per hour at t equals 10. Show the computations that lead to your answer. So we know that 10 lies here, right? So 10, 1 second, yeah, 10 is here, and to approximate f prime of 10, okay, we will use the g of, well, it's f or g, so which one should we use? What do you think? Well, f and g are the same, right? But if you are using the table, خلاص, keep it g of 12 minus g of 8 over 12 minus 8, and that is 65 minus 70.5 all over 12 minus 8, and that is equal to negative 5.5 over 4. Negative 5.5 over 4. Okay, so what about part C? This is what we did here is part B. Now part C says use the data in the table to approximate, no, this is part B, sorry. Is f continuous for 0 to 24? So we are justifying or confirming continuity over an interval, and the interval goes from 0 all the way to 24. So this is part C. Okay, we will go from 0 all the way to what? To 24. Now this interval from 0 to 24, it splits up at 12. So we need to check whether the function is continuous or not at 12, and is it continuous from 0 to 12 and from 12 to 24. Well, from 0 to 12 we have g of t, which is given by what? Given by the question that g of t is what? Differentiable, right? It's differentiable, which means continuous. continuous, right? It means that it is continuous. And from 12 to 24, as you can see here, from 12 to 24, it is a polynomial, right? It is what? It's a polynomial. That means it is continuous. So it's continuous from 0 to 24, but we need to check the 12. Now, what is f of 12, right? And what is the limit of f of x as x approaches 12 from the left? Now we are checking the continuity at 12. The limit of f of x as x approaches 12 from the right. So for this question, we know that f of 12 is equal to how much? Sorry. F of 12 is the same as g of 12, which will be 65. And the limit of f of x, I should use f of t, sorry. Let me just change them. This is f of t as t approaches, this is f of t. So what is the limit of f of t as t approaches 12 from the left? So 12 from the left, again, we will be using the g of t, and which is going to be 65 as well. And the limit of f of t as t approaches 12 from the right, we will use the second subfunction. So we will substitute here 12 squared over 8 minus 3 times 12 plus 83, and I think it's going to be also what? 65. So this is equivalent to 65. So at 12 the function is also continuous. So what do we say? That f is continuous at on 0 to 24. Why it's continuous? Because from 0 to 12 it's defined using g of t, which is differentiable, that means continuous. And from 12 to 24 it's polynomial, that means continuous. And we confirmed the continuity at we found the continuity at 12. We've got 65 here, we've got 65 here, we've got 65. So it is continuous at 12. That means it's continuous from 0 to 24. So please, in the exam, please mention these key words that when we correct the exam, we look for these words: differentiable, polynomial. Okay, you've got to mention all of that. The explanation we just did. So for part D, it says find f prime of 20, the instantaneous rate of change in temperature of the room in degrees Fahrenheit per hour at t equals 20. Well, 20 lies here in this interval, right, from 12 to 24. So we have f of t, okay, which is t squared over 8 minus 3t plus 83. This is part D. So f prime of t will be what? 2t over 8 minus 3. And f prime of 20 will be 20 over 4 minus 3. Why did I write 20 over 4? Because I cancelled this 2 with this 8, I've got 4. So it's t over 4. And 20 over 4, right? 20 over 4, which is 5. 5 minus 3, which is 2. So f prime of 20 equals 2. F prime of 20 equals 2. That's it for question 2. Good luck.